Hi, Phanessa here. In this video, I am going to demonstrate how to crochet a blanket using the I Want to Make a Blankie yarn. So recently I posted a video tutorial on the knitted version, and the pattern comes from the label of the yarn. So on the inside of the label there are two patterns, one for a knit blanket and one for a crochet blanket. So the knit blanket, I will leave a link in the corner if you'd like to check that out. The knit blanket is about 42 by 42 inches, and the crochet is about 33 to 33 inches. Now crochet does take up a lot more yarn than knitting does, so that's why the crochet blanket turns out smaller. I am just making a sample because I don't have a full cake of yarn to make the whole blanket, but you do only need one cake. And if you find that your stitches are too tight, I recommend increasing your hook size. I'm actually using a 10mm crochet hook. The pattern calls for a 9mm. In the knitting video, you'll see that I also used a larger needle size. Okay, so again, the pattern for both the knit and crochet blankets are on the back of the label, so I'm just going to go by that. It is a beginner's pattern. There's no gauge provided. It does recommend a 9mm crochet hook, but I'm going to be using a 10mm. So this blanket is also worked corner to corner. So questions have come in for the knitting pattern related to the size of their blanket. If you're having issues with your blanket turning out smaller than you'd like, your tension is probably too tight, I would recommend using a larger hook size. And for the blanket, the knit blanket, you can use a larger needle size. Okay, so for the materials, you'll need just one cake of the I Want to Make a Blankie yarn. It's available at select Walmart stores and at walmart.com, or you can order it directly from Line Brand. Okay, so you'll need one cake of yarn, your crochet hook, pair of scissors, and a large eye tapestry needle or something you can fit your yarn into. This is super bulky and it's thick, so I find it hard to put into a regular yarn needle even with a large eye like this. Okay, a couple of other options. This is a wool needle, so it has this loop that you can place your yarn in. And then these are my favorites. You can stick pretty large weights in these suckers. Okay, let's get started. I'm just going to make a sample for this tutorial because I don't have a full cake of yarn for the full blanket. We're going to start with a slip knot. Holding on to your tail, go ahead and take your working yarn and wrap it around your fingers. Go over the tail and then back up this loop here and place it on your hook. So just tug on the strand to tighten it a little bit. And then we're going to chain 2. So yarn over, grab the yarn and pull up a loop. Yarn over and then pull through. So that's 2 chain stitches. Okay, so for the first row, we're going to work 3 single crochets into the second chain from the hook. So this is the 2 chains that you have here. This chain doesn't count, so this is the first and that's the second. It's basically the first chain stitch that you made. So insert your hook right into that first chain stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop with 2 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through 2. That's 1 single crochet. Insert your hook into the same stitch again, yarn over and then pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2 loops on your hook. So 1 more stitch into the same chain stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2. Okay, so there are 3 stitches. With this type of yarn, it's a little hard to see the stitches. Here's the first one, there's the second, and there's the third. Okay, we're ready for row 2. we're going to chain 1, yarn over, pull through the loop on your hook, and then we're going to turn our work. So for row 2, we're going to work 1 single crochet, chain 1, 1 single crochet, chain 1, and then 1 single crochet in the last stitch here. So you'll end up with 3 stitches and 2 chain 1 space. So this stitch here is our chain 1. So we're going to work into the first stitch here. Okay, going through both loops. If I open that, you can see. Yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through 2 loops on your hook. Chain 1, yarn over, pull through, and then into the next stitch, work another single crochet, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Chain 1, and then your last stitch, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through 2 loops on your hook. Okay, row 3, chain 1 and turn your work. So for row 3, we're only going to work a chain 1 after the first single crochet and right before the last single crochet. So here you have your single crochet stitches and then your 2 chain space. So the 2 chain space will have sort of like a little hole. So 1 single crochet into the first single crochet stitch, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through 2. Chain 1. Now into the chain 1 space, single crochet, and chain 1 space here, we're going to work 1 single crochet in each of those stitches. Into the chain 1 space, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through 2. Into the next single crochet stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through 2. Into the next chain 1 space, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through 2. Now we're ready to work the last single crochet, so we're going to chain 1, insert your hook into the last stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through 2. So you should have 5 single crochet stitches and 2 chain 1 space. So here's 1, 2, 3, those are the middle, and then you have 1 on each side, so that's 5 single crochets, and then a chain 1 space after the first and before the last single crochet. So that's going to be the pattern that you're going to follow. Row 4, chain 1 and turn. Again, 1 single crochet in the first single crochet stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through 2, followed by a chain 1, and then into the chain 1 space, and each of the single crochet stitches and the chain 1 space here, we're going to work 1 single crochet in each of those stitches. Okay, so into the chain 1 space first, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through 2. 1 single crochet into each single crochet. 1, 2, 3, and then into the chain 1 space here, work 1 single crochet. So right before the last single crochet stitch, we're going to chain 1 and then work 1 single crochet in the last stitch. Okay, so that is going to be your repeat. So a couple of things to keep in mind. You're going to work 1 single crochet and then a chain 1, and then 1 single crochet in every single crochet stitch across until the last chain 1 space, and then you work 1 single crochet into the chain 1 space and chain 1, and then 1 single crochet into the last. So there's a chain 1 space after and before the last and the first single crochet stitches. So you're going to repeat row 4 until you have 73 single crochet stitches and 2 chain 1 spaces. Okay, so that means that you'll have a total of 71 in the middle, 1 on each side, that's 73, and 2 chain 1 spaces. and then we'll start the decrease. I'm just going to work a few more rows because I don't have enough yarn to make the full blanket. So chain 1 and turn, 1 single crochet, chain 1, and then 1 single crochet into the chain 1 space. Okay, and then 1 single crochet in each of the next 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 single crochet in the chain 1 space, chain 1 right before your last stitch, 1 single crochet into the last stitch. Okay, so go ahead and work row 4 until you have a total of 73 single crochet stitches and 2 chain 1 spaces. And then we will come back and start our decrease. Okay, so here is my sample. I'm going to stop here, but you want to make sure that you have 73 single crochet stitches and 2 chain 1 space. Now if you're not sure if you have enough because you're using a different size hook, or you're just worried that you won't have enough to complete the blanket, what I recommend is get a scale. You can use a kitchen scale and weigh either the remaining ball or your current work. So each cake is 1,000 grams. So you want to make sure when you weigh your work that it's a little bit less than 500 grams. And then if you're weighing your cake, you want to make sure it's a little more than 500 grams. That just gives you a little cushion to ensure that you will have enough yarn. Okay, so we are going to start decreasing. Okay, so we're going to chain 1 and turn. Now we're going to work a single crochet 2 together. That's a decrease stitch. We're going to work it over the first single crochet and the chain 1 space. So to work your single crochet 2 together, you're going to insert your hook into the first stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop. Okay, we're going to leave those 2 loops there. We're going to insert our hook into the chain 1 space, yarn over, pull up a loop. Okay, so with these 3 loops on your hook, you're going to yarn over and pull through all 3. So you've decreased 2 stitches into 1. Now we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to single crochet 2 together again over the next 2 stitches. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, and then into the next stitch, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through all 3. Okay, so now you're going to work 1 single crochet in every stitch until the last 2 stitches before the chain 1 space. Okay, so this is your last stitch here. This is your chain 1 space, and then these next 2 stitches we're going to stop right here. So I'm going to place my marker on that second stitch from the chain 1 space, and then I'm going to work my single crochet up until this stitch before the marker. So 1 single crochet all the way across. Now remember, this is just a sample, so you will have a lot more single crochet stitches to work all the way across. Okay, so I'm coming up to the stitch marker. Here's the last stitch I want to work. And then so you should have 2 single crochets, 1 chain 1 space, and 1 last single crochet here. So you're going to work single crochet 2 together over the next 2 single crochets. I'm going to move this marker. So insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, insert your hook into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through all 3 loops. Chain 1, and then into the chain 1 space and the last stitch we're going to work another decrease stitch, a single crochet 2 together. Insert your hook in the space, yarn over, pull up a loop, insert your hook into the last stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop. With 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 3. So in the beginning we worked a decrease stitch with the single crochet and chain 1 space, and then we chained 1 and then worked another decrease over the next 2 single crochet stitches. So right here we did the same except sort of backwards. When we got to the last 2 stitches before the chain 1 space, we worked a single crochet 2 together, and then we chained 1, and then into the chain 1 space and last stitch we worked another single crochet 2 together. Next row, chain 1 and turn your work. Okay, so now we're going to chain 1 and turn, and we're going to repeat the last row until we have 5 single crochets and 2 chain 1 space left. So you'll have 3 in the middle, your last single crochet on each side, 2 chain 1 space, so 5 single crochets and 2 chain 1 space. Okay, so again, let's complete this row. Insert your hook into the single crochet, yarn over, pull up a loop. Insert your hook into the chain 1 space, yarn over, pull up a loop. Yarn over and pull through all 3. That's your single crochet 2 together, chain 1, work another single crochet 2 together over the next 2 single crochet stitches. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, insert your hook into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through all 3. Now you're going to work 1 single crochet in every stitch across until the last 2 stitches before the chain 1 space. Alright, here are the last 2 single crochet stitches before my chain 1, and here's my last single crochet here. So work your single crochet 2 together, insert your hook, pull up a loop, insert your hook, pull up a loop. Okay, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops, chain 1, and then work a single crochet 2 together in the chain 1 space and the last single crochet stitch. Okay, so keep repeating that last row until you have 5 single crochet stitches and 2 chain 1 space. Okay, so I have 5 single crochet stitches and 2 chain 1 space. So right here are my 3 single crochet stitches. I have one in each of the corners, and then the chain 2 space, one on each side here. Okay, now we're ready to finish the last 3 rows. So the next row, chain 1 and turn. We're going to work single crochet 2 together like we've been doing into the single crochet stitch and also into the chain 1 space. Okay, yarn over, pull through all 3. Now we're going to chain 1, and now these 3 single crochet stitches, we're going to work a single crochet 3 together. So it's just like the single crochet 2 together, except we're going to work over 3 single crochet stitches. So insert your hook into the first single crochet, yarn over, pull up a loop, insert your hook into the next single crochet, yarn over and pull up a loop, and then into the next single crochet, yarn over, pull up a loop. Okay, so now you have 4 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over and pull through all 4 loops. So now we're going to chain 1 and then single crochet 2 together in the chain 1 space and the last single crochet stitch, just like you've been doing before. Okay, so we're not going to be chaining 1 for the last 2 rows. Right here we're going to work a single crochet 2 together, just like we've been doing. Okay, so we don't chain 1. Right here in the decrease from the last row, this was your single crochet 3 together. We're going to work 1 single crochet. And in the last chain 1 space and single crochet, we're going to work a single crochet 2 together. Okay, last row, chain 1 and turn. So now we have 3 stitches left. We're going to work a single crochet 3 together. Insert your hook into the first stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop. Insert your hook into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop. Insert your hook into the last stitch, yarn over, and pull up a loop. With 4 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 4. So now we're going to cut our yarn. And yarn over and pull through and tighten that, so fasten off. Alright, so here's my square. So you're just going to grab your tapestry needle and weave in your ends. This is reversible, so it doesn't matter which side you weave in. So don't forget to weave in your other side. So even with the larger hook, it's not that loose. So if you'd want it to go bigger, like a 12mm or something, I think that would work out as well. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe for future videos. I'll see you next time.